I'll go back to the winter arc. I want you to go in extreme detail here on specifically what it is, when it starts, and then if you could walk me through your perfect winter arc day.
Winter arc day. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to say what I'm doing this time around, and I'm not necessarily, I'm calling it a character arc. And what that really means is, have you ever heard of the book, The 12-Week Year? So it's this book, it talks about how to stop going by the normal annual monthly goals and just set goals in periods of 12 weeks. And in those 12 weeks, that is a year. That is a year you do what? You set certain goals, you achieve certain goals in a week, and it's easier to plan things when it's shorter. For example, if I were to have a winter arc that's a year long, it would be harder for me to kind of projectile and aim the right way.
So if I just 12 weeks or the equivalent of
12 weeks, 3 months, yeah. 12 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is. So what I've been realizing, I've been teaching this too. I taught it on YouTube. I taught it inside my Discord community about character arcs going through times of change. And so this winter arc, what I'm doing is right now I'm changing my approach to content and where I'm at. So it's on Instagram. I'm documenting the journey and I'm trying to get in the best shape of my life. I set a couple goals. I want to be 185 to 190 pounds, lean, aesthetic, flexible, athletic. And that's the goal. Why? Why is it the goal? Because your vessel, right? Your body is the thing that you walk around in, right? If you're sick, who cares about your dreams, bro? Right? You can't have goals when your body's sickly. It's not being able to move. You got to be free. Freedom in movement, freedom in your body. And I just want to look like an anime character. Like, I'm going to be honest, right? I want to look like a sick person. Like, I want to look good in my own body. That's it. And so my approach to this winter arc is taking the more athletic approach. So 75 Hard allows me to do an outdoor workout, indoor workout, and really just change things up with my diet, getting really dialed in with my macros, and really just changing my body composition. So this winter arc for me is mostly about changing my mindset, but also changing my body with it. As I change my body, I change my mind. There would be no point of me going just in one facet and leaving everything behind on the others, because you're just capping your potential. So what I'm doing is developing my physique, the physical, developing the mental, developing my soul, right? And during this process of transformation in all three facets, you change. And so 75 Hard I'm doing. I'm really just trying to be consistent and like test things out. It's almost like this, right? I imagine it like this. Imagine we're all like in this digital world, like we're all in like a game of life. We're all inside the game of life. Instead of setting challenges for myself, I go out into a city center and accept this challenge, right? To challenge myself, because it already has rules and stuff like that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm traveling around the game of life. Well, like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, not actually traveling around, but in accepting other challenges. Why? To test my character. In order for me to change, I need to do things differently. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So this winter arc, I'm really focusing on changing my actions and transforming my character, right? Not just physical, not just mental, the whole thing, my identity. And I'm reading books about it, accepting new challenges. I'm about to accept a new challenge today. It's called Dojo Mode. It's, do you know the Belmars? Luke Belmar?
Oh, yeah.
His brother, Nate Belmar, Mr. Belmar, he has a community called Anime Shreds. And what he talks about is a different way of nutrition and working out and stuff like that. So he has this challenge called Dojo Mode, and where it's like you transform your body in 44 days with a certain set of rules. I looked at the rules, he just put it out, and it aligns with the 75-day hard. And I was a 75 hard challenge. And I was just like, I might as well like accept this challenge too. Why not? Why not? Because if I look at it like this, right? If I don't do it, I'm just going to regret. And I'm going to die one day, right? Who cares if I might as well go into the challenge and get it done. So I'm going to announce
What's
that.
the limit then, Michael, to accepting challenges? Because you can't accept every challenge that comes your way, right?
No, of course not. But you know how much you can accept or not. You know, dude, even if I lose, it's about failure, right? I'm chasing failure, I'm not chasing growth. I'm chasing how to fail multiple times, because the most growth I've ever had was the times where, dude, I'm literally sitting there on my bed, like looking at my ceiling, asking God, like, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do. And like I kept failing and failing and failing at what you might ask, like failing as in like I'm not seeing enough growth. Like I'm trying things and it's not working. Exactly. So this happened recently. Dude, I'll even tell you, before this winter arc that I went into, during the months of August and September, I was in a rut. I was in a big rut because I hit a dead end with my YouTube channel, with the things I was going towards, because it wasn't really aligned with the end goal, the long-term vision.
What was that dead end?
It felt like I didn't really like my content, what I was doing. And I felt like I could do, what is it?
In what sense?
Like I was looking at my YouTube videos and I just felt like I was trying to, yes, like, okay, the advice was good, but how do I want to be more flexible with the way that I make content, a way that I help people. I don't want to just I just don't want to, it's hard for me to describe, but I just didn't like it. I didn't really like the way that my content was going, and I felt
it wasn't resonating with you anymore.
It wasn't. And I had to really understand, okay, if this doesn't resonate with me, what does? And I had to go on a journey of just self-discovery, and I was kind of being obsessed with it. And being so obsessed with something, like trying to strangle a result, it's gonna hate you. It's gonna fight back, right? Anything. If you obsess over a relationship and you try to strangle it, it's gonna just fight back and want to leave. So I had to, exactly. And so what I had to do was go through a period of just not knowing. Dude, and during August and September, I was confused as fuck. Like, and still right now, it's like I'm still trying to get more clear. But what I had to learn, especially with walking with the God and walking with the Lord, is that I need to be patient and surrender a lot of these results to God. And so I would literally spend days, I would spend hours and like just talking to God and giving it and saying to him, hey, listen, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I trust you. That's it. And there was no other thinking. There was no other, because I used to overthink about it. I used to be like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do next? What is the next step for me? I got to figure this out quickly or else I run out of time. And it's like, what am I doing? Right? I'm 20 years old. Like what? Like, why am I stressing about this? Right? I have a lot of time. And so, but I'm not going to take that for granted, of course. But I literally just like, I was talking to God. I was just like, I don't really know what to do right now. I don't know where this is going to go. But I said to God, I trust that you're doing wonders in my life. I trust that things will turn out great. Why? Because it's by your will. It's according to what you have set out for me, not what I've set out for myself. You are perfect and I'm not. So your plan is going to always be better than my plan. That's what I'd say to him out loud. And I had to kind of just like wait for revelations and wait and not just do nothing. During this time I was still developing, but just like, I wasn't half-assing it either, but I just took a step back from content and just started to just kind of come back to my original. I stopped being distracted. I stopped really being on my phone so much. I would go out in nature. I would have hard workouts still, but I was just like kind of I would say drifting. I was drifting, but I was intentionally drifting to be open to a new path, open to revelations on what to do next. Why? Because I surrendered it to God, right? When I'm ready, he will I will feel that intuition. And so now I'm here. I've stumbled upon challenging myself, changing my character. This is what I stumbled upon, and documenting it, not necessarily coming from a perspective of just trying to teach people, you should, but from a perspective of, guys, this is what I'm doing. And here's how it's helped me. And if you're going through this just same as I did, here's what you should do if you've been through X, Y, Z. Not necessarily just being so caught up in teaching, but documenting, showing that, hey guys, like this is what I'm doing, right? Being like leading the way instead of just telling, right? Showing by action.
I've got one last question before we go back into the winter arc. have you ever thought that maybe your content doesn't resonate with you, but it still might resonate with your audience? And that you might risk the fact that your audience might not resonate with it anymore once you create new content?
That's almost like making content just so a specific person likes it.
Why isn't that the point of content, though? Growth, so that the audience learns something instead of you just getting something from it?
Mm-hmm. But even with my content, it's like, it's still so early to build an audience. Like, even though 10,000 subs, like, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but 12,000 subs. Thank you for that. But 12,000 subs. It's still, I'm still building my audience. I'm still building my audience. And it's still early, and it's still it's still like the beginning of this.
There's still a place for innovation.
There's so much space for innovation, and I look at the big guys who have 100,000, 1 million, right? And it's like they have an audience that's pretty strong, because I'd say. And so the things with my audience, the way that I've built it and stuff like that, I'm not really necessarily worried about, oh, what if someone doesn't like it, or what if it just
the
doesn't.
reason I'm saying this is because if you take the example of Hamza, right? Obviously, we all know who Hamza is. The reason he fell off that much is because he felt he didn't resonate anymore with his content and decided to change it multiple times. And obviously, the new content wouldn't resonate with the old subscribers, and they all left. So that's why I'm trying to make that connection. But I guess it does make sense what you're saying. You're still early, even though you're 12K, and there's still some place for some innovation.
You're right. And the thing is, I'm not going to be a slave to my audience. I'm not, like, even if, like, a certain audience is like, yo, like, go back, like I'll listen to my audience, right? But what is my audience? My audience, like, what does it look like? Who are these people? And it's all about who you're trying to help. Just because you have 1 million subs of a certain group of people doesn't mean that you have to, at least for me, like what Hamza did, it's like, I don't care if he starts making business content, but it's just like, when he has a bunch of just little like young men watching his videos, it's like, bro's just trying to give value. It's like, if you can't see that, then if you can't watch a video without dopamine edits and it being all colorful and stuff like that, it's like, come on. And I feel like I said, it's still so early to build my audience, and there's a lot of room for innovation, so I'm not necessarily worried about changing up my content now. My content, like, I'm so confident in the fact that if I make something and I like it and I enjoy it and, like, I feel confident about it, it will do good. Even if it's from a place of, dude, my best video, that did good because I was
100K views.
500K views.
500? Oh yeah, 500,000, yeah.
500,000 views. And I watched a video back, and bro, all I did that day when I made that was document what I was doing the past week about habit trackers. That's it. And I was being open and honest. I'd be like, guys, I've been slacking the past couple of days, but I did good on these days. Why? And I was walking these guys through the journey, documenting. And I realized that when I listen to other people, I watch people on the internet, the best people always come from a place of showing the journey, being authentic, showing their losses, showing their wins, losses, whatever, and just being open and honest. Like, dude, I don't mind saying to my audience, hey guys, I don't have it all figured out. And to be honest, I might change my content because I feel like it will resonate with you guys way more and be more valuable. Right? I'm not going to be like, because, dude, like, I was all of a sudden just not wanting to make content anymore because I didn't want to be a slave to the audience.
Disconnected. No, I think it makes completely sense. You still gotta provide value and keep in mind what the audience wants without it destroying your mental health in any way.
The goal is to help people at the end of the day, right? The goal is to help someone, and who is that person you're trying to help? And it all comes down to, if I help at least one person with a video, I mean, that's a good thing. If 500 people don't like it and one person does, I mean, it's, at least I helped one person, right? But then you can look at, okay, well, I don't